Look, I know you've seen a lot of videos like this saying what the finals needs to fix or whatever. I just got out of a ranked tournament, so I'm not going to be as nice as those other guys. The finals is fine. The finals doesn't need to fix anything about the gameplay. Me included, stop whining about Invis. Stop whining about the stun gun. Stop whining about whatever you think needs tweaked, because Embark will get to that. They see the clips, they see what's working, they see the pick rate. We can deal with that later. Right now, if this game doesn't get its anti-cheat together, it's going to die. That is the only thing we need to worry about. Now, I know you guys have seen me on different platforms talking about Invis and how it's cheese, but I don't think it's hard to outplay. It's easy to hear, and it's easy to counter. Now, there are different things here and there, but I'm still hopping on at the end of the day with my boys in the group chat, excited to play this game. Now, what will take that feeling away is playing against 3 cheater teams. Now, what's unique about the finals, man? I came from COD. I know. Don't make fun of me too much. Gross over there. I'm rehabilitated. I'm playing a different game now. If there's one thing I learned from playing that game, it's what it feels like when a game is getting ruined by the amount of cheaters. Because you know that's going on over there every other month. Even if you don't play the game, you see it on the timeline. And I think tonight is the night that I started to feel exactly how COD felt. I can spend an entire night dying to Invis stun, and at the end of the day, I know it's because I could have played something different. The finals is one of the only games where if there's a cheater team sprinkled in here and there, it's okay because the top 2 teams advance, so you don't really have to deal with them until the final round. And if you're making it to the final round, you're most likely moving forward still. Even though we have no idea how the rank system works right now, that's something they actually do have to fix. But that aside, until now, I've had fun hopping on ranked every single night. But tonight, I think 4 out of 5 games, there was more than one cheating team in every round of every game. That being said, I know what you're thinking. Some of those were probably a skill issue. Some of them are probably not cheating, and you're just coping. I'm very forgiving when I'm calling a cheater out. I like to think so. We probably all like to think so. But even if that's the case, how can you fault me for assuming they're cheating when the anti-cheat is performing so bad? Give me a good reason to think that he's not cheating. If you can tell me why you think the cheating issue is not bad, then I'll stop accusing. But until then, I'm going to have this reflex of this guy has to be cheating because I'm seeing it so often. And that's what kills a game. Everyone who progresses in skill, be a good or through the cheating route, it defeats the purpose of progression, because if you take those clips and you take them and you show them off and you're proud of these things that you're progressing, your aim, your movement, your ability to use gadgets, your team aid, that's going to be taken away because it's a comment here and then it's a comment there, and all of a sudden it's piling on because everyone is assuming people are cheating, and rightfully so, they should, because every other game they're playing, there is a cheater. And is that their fault? I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's their fault. If you're logging on to your PS4, your PS5, or whatever you're playing on at the end of your 9-to-5 day, and you're playing with your boys on this new game called the Finals, and you know that they're cheating in 4 out of 5 games, I am not going to expect Dave, who's 42, playing with his Marine Corps buddies, to say anything other than everyone's cheating. Because who is he to think that anyone else isn't? Yeah, if I see it on the timeline and him saying that, I'm going to roll my eyes and I'm going to say skill issue. But at the end of the day, he's right. He has a right to call everyone a cheater until Embark gets their shit together, excuse my language, and gets a good anti-cheat. I will die to Invis and stun all day long and still get on the next day and go, all right, I'll adjust my playstyle to it. But cheaters are a different story. Embark is in a unique position here because cheating doesn't need to be squeaking clean like it does in other games. We're in a unique position to, even if the anti-cheat is struggling at the end of each season or end of each update, you can still progress and roll your eyes a little bit because you don't really have to deal with them if you're good enough until the end of the round. But if you let it slip and it gets to this point where 3 out of every 4 teams on every match is a cheater, this game is going to die. It's going to die because it lacks a progression system like these other games. Because what else am I working towards other than my rank? I mean, and that's another thing. The rank system is a mess. But if I'm a casual and I'm playing things like Power Shift or Quick Cash, that's going to get old. We need something to progress towards, but that's something we can touch on in content added in future seasons. Keep in mind, this is a new studio, and they've got 2 projects, Arc Raiders and the Finals, and that's more than they've been able to handle in other things. They're a startup studio. I can be patient with that stuff, but you got to get on top of your anti-cheat, and if you do not, this game will die, and people will go back to the game they were addicted to, no matter how stale it's gotten. Because other than the Finals, tell me an FPS competitive shooter out there right now that doesn't feel like it's 12 years old. You've got Destiny 2, you've got COD Warzone, you've got Apex, you've got, Valorant and CSGO. If you didn't play that, I mean, near the start, you're joining a player base that has been playing for years. And if I'm Dave working my 9 to 5, hell no, I'm not picking up my Xbox controller to learn a new game where everyone else has been playing for 6 years. The FPS genre is stale, and people feel that, which is why a game like this is so good, and which is why we're talking about a mobile-looking game like X-Defiant. Don't get me wrong, I love X-Defiant, think it's great, but part of the reason why I do is because this genre is so stale right now, and I don't see anything else on the horizon. So if this game has an anti-cheat that's pushing us to the games that we were playing that are stale like that, then we have a way bigger problem on our hands than just the finals having some things to tweak. Now, other than the anti-cheat, a few things I would like to see. A lot of people I'm seeing are complaining about how light is useless right now because of the nerf. I disagree, but I would like to see the grapple have a 2-use cooldown timer. I think that would be a unique way to buff another one of the ability, bring it in line with dash. That's the only other thing I can think of. I think APS turret should cancel the stun in its little circle, but I think stun is good how it is. But I can wait on content. If the cheating issue isn't tackled, this game's gonna die. If you disagree, you're wrong, but let me know and how you think it is supposed to be fixed down in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, drop a like, drop a subscribe, hit that little belly welly if you want to see the next time I post. I post ranked content almost every single weekday. Join the Discord, join the community. I'd love to see you in there. Hey man, I hope the finals lives with us. If not, we'll be hopping on to the next thing and we'll be just fine. But I love this game and I love the studio, so I want to see them do well. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.